I want to share with you a failed attempt at making light field video. So, light field video is, of course, the alternately known as 4V or 4View. It's used on Leia devices such as the old phone Red Hydrogen 1 or currently the LoomPad 3D tablet. It's basically multi-view 3D, so you can look at 3D head-on like you usually can, or from a couple of other angles as well. So anyway, last time you'll probably remember we reviewed the Sony Bloggy 3D, and the look of this made me think there's got to be a way to film 4V, because it's got two lenses, they're close together, and they're close to the end of the device, this compact device. If you've got two of them, turn one upside down, mount them side to side, it'll look something like this. And as you can see, the lenses are pretty much all in a very uniform side to side position. Well, the first problem is just the sheer complexity of it. There's no way to get an actual 3D or 4V preview of this while you're editing it. Since the two cameras aren't synchronized, it's only suitable for short clips as the frame rates may drift over time. The camera for the left two views has to be rotated, flipped upside down to match the other. And then they have to be laid out in video editing software to be a rectangle with all four images in them. And then the next problem would be alignment. Even though it looks good enough at first glance, even just a little bit of vertical keystone, like slight shift this way or that way, would make a big jump between the middle two images. And that's a big deal because the two images a typical user will be seeing most are the two center views, and those two center views are taken from two different cameras. See, the right eye view will be from this one, and the left eye view will be from this one. You don't use the far left and right views as much unless you're rotating your head around. So they have to be aligned exactly, not just time synchronization, but vertical alignment. So I had to shift those around. And you can see I moved them up and down. That's why there's black bars present in the image now, which can be distracting. But my purpose was, even if the black bars didn't look pleasing in 3D, was just to try to get them aligned to see if it would work in general. And even though this is a relatively short interaxial on the Bloggy 3D, it still provides strong 3D. Because remember, this is wider than the cameras that you've got built into the Red Hydrogen 1 and the LoomPad, even wider interaxial than those. And in this test footage, even when the videos and images were aligned, it did not provide good enough separation. By that I mean it didn't block out effectively the images you aren't supposed to be seeing. images from the other views would bleed through. I guess the depth was too strong and the contrast as well, that it would just bleed right through. And you could see double image, and that, of course, kills 3D. So this 4V test footage I made was pretty much useless. Maybe if I filmed it with less of a high contrast background and even farther away from the subject, it would be more passable. But like I said, the post-production is just too much, and you don't really gain anything from it. You might as well watch normal stereo video on the Loom pad if you're going to. But as Leia has shown, there's other ways to make 4-view video, and one of them is from horizontal panning and rotation. This is very similar to the Pulfric effect. You might have seen my other video on unusual 3D formats. Here's a little refresher. The Pulfric effect is basically covering one of your eyes with a darker lens. The clear lens does nothing. The darker lens just covers one of your eyes. You can achieve this similar effect sometimes with just a pair of sunglasses worn at an angle, so only one eye is covered. And basically when there's sideways movement in a certain direction or rotation in a certain direction, the eye of yours that's covered with the darker lens has slightly delayed vision. So you're seeing two slightly different angles of the same scene because of your vision being delayed. It takes one eye longer to catch up, and that gives you a 3D image. So anyway, Leia's video processing software that they have, one of the options is to make 4-view videos like that. Take rotation or panning video and then delay that, overlap it, and you've got a 3D video. And some of the samples built into the Loom pad and the red hydrogen one contain that method being used. All right, see you next time.